Hello, Louisiana Beer Reviews. We're doing a Pecan Lager from Birmingham District.
This is a better logo. This is a better label than the last time. It looks like kind of like they copied off of Abita. Doesn't it look like Abita logos? Something about the font looks very Abita to me.
I don't know. To me, it looks kind of like George Killian's Irish Red logo. But I mean, it's got its own uniqueness. Got the state of Alabama map on it. It says founded in 2018. Got a star for where Birmingham's located.
Yeah, they did a nice job with this.
Got the pecans
logo
in the tree.
Or this label.
Although I think they're green when they're in the tree, and then they break open and they're brown in the shell, right?
Okay, so we have a little scientific inaccuracy.
The nuts get brown, the exteriors get brown before they fall.
They do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not a botanist, so he doesn't know what he's talking about. Yep.
Well, see, some of them get the brown and they're green.
Still no description. Celebrate good times with great beer.
But they do describe it a little bit. It says,
where?
Proudly brewed with Alabama Pecan Company pecans. So they're using pecans from the Alabama Pecan Company. Okay.
I mean, it says Pecan Lager. Should be a lager that tastes like pecan.
Yes, but I'm saying there should be like a charming little description being like, this beer. Anyway.
5.4% alcohol. I think the label looks fine personally, but
it's fine.
I'm gonna say it's got nice color contrast.
It does. The font looks the text looks good.
All right. Well, anyway, let's see if the most important part is, does the beer taste nice?
Yeah.
Right. 5.4. That's the same as Modelo Negra.
I heard Modelo has become the #1 beer in the country.
For the last couple of months, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it was coming along.
Because it used to be Bud Light, but now it's Modelo.
Oh.
But it's funny, I wouldn't have expected Modelo to be the next up to take the #1 spot. I didn't realize it was that popular.
I think I cheated you a little bit.
Oh, that's great. I would rather be cheated a little bit. Yeah.
Why?
Justin doesn't like drink a ton of beer.
I don't drink a ton anymore, so this is perfect. And I've tasted this beer before.
Well, no, Modelo had been on the upswing for years. So it had been gaining ground. And then this little situation the last few months just put it over the top.
Yeah.
But that's only for those 2 months.
I didn't know that Modelo. Yeah, I didn't know that they were that big.
Yeah, if you count the sales for the whole year so far, it's still Bud Light.
I would have thought like Corona or something was more popular, but
it had
Wars or something or
Corona.
Well, even just for that like Mexican style beer. I don't know.
Yeah, but Modelo was #1 for the whole of any brand in the United States for the last couple of months.
Good for them, I guess.
And
I don't know if I've had. Well, surely I've had a Modelo.
yeah, I was talking about the Negra, the dark one.
I don't think I've had that one.
That's a real good one. Yeah, the Modelo Negra. But yeah, anyway. All right. So it's kind of a pecan.
Pecan.
Not shell, but the pecan meat color, like that.
Kind of like a rich.
Kind of like amber.
golden amber, yeah.
Honey colored.
Golden amber.
A light honey.
Spongy off-white head. Got good head retention.
Pretty light head compared to the other ones we tried.
Yeah, that's why I said off-white. Good head retention. A little hazy. Yeah, murky, hazy. Looks nice. A nice looking beer. Take a great photo.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what if someone asked you, what does beer look like?
This is the screenshot, yeah.
Right, you would show, this is what good beer looks like.
When the aliens come, this will be like, here's
right,
an
it's
example.
a good prototype for the idea of generalized beer.
Now, I'm not smelling much compared to the richness of the color.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a little sweet malt, like a nuttiness almost.
Like it smells like beer. Once again, I smell, I'm like, oh yeah, that's beer. That's sweet, yeah, that little sweetness.
Yeah, the pecan's there, but it's not wham bam in your face. It's
on the nose, yeah, it's not much.
not on the nose, no.
All right, taste, chuzz.
That's nice. Yeah, it's like the kind of sweet pecan flavor, but not like super sweet. It's not like pecan pie beer. It is a bit into a fresh, into a raw pecan.
Now they used to make a Abita pecan beer, but they stopped. And then they still make Lazy Magnolia pecan beer, from, I think it's pecan ale though, from, it's not not a lager, is it? From Kiln, Mississippi. You ever had Lazy Magnolia?
Yes. Yeah, they're pretty good.
So let's think.
Well, I think what Elizabeth says is a good distinction. It does not taste like pecan pie, which
There
I
it
guess
is.
is how most people might have pecans. It tastes like a pecan, just an unsweetened, unsalted
raw
pecan, which I really like.
Yeah, I think this is really nice.
Right. And some people might think or feel like or perceive pecans as being bland because they're, like you said, their experience is just in the pie.
Well, I guess roasted pecans then, right? So it definitely doesn't have just this vague nuttiness where I could say, oh, it just tastes nutty.
It tastes like a pecan.
It tastes like a pecan.
Yeah,
very
right.
intently.
There's a subtle sweetness. It's not bitter. This is like the least bitter beer we've had today.
Yeah, it's a low bitterness unit. It's probably
Very light mouthfeel, drinkable.
1 out of 5 hop cones.
But does it have some of the taste of lighter beers that I tend to find kind of unpleasant? Like,
Now the sweetness is probably what, 3 out of 5 sugar
I'll
cubes?
say 3 out of 5, yeah.
Now you mean the unpleasant how?
I don't really like a super like corn chippy beer. Like that tastes like biting into a corn chip.
Now, I doubt they're using any corn in this.
No.
I think they're probably using barley, hops, yeast, water, and pecans.
Yeah, we wouldn't know because the
Soaking
ingredients
it
are on
in,
here.
yeah, soaking it in pecans. I mean, corn is used in a lot of mass-produced beers as a filler. Even they use corn syrup, which is an even cheaper filler. But to me, it's. I'm gonna take. I don't have much left.
Here.
Yeah.
I don't need.
Figures that I pour you some
So you can
on.
talk. Yeah. It's very crisp, which
It
is
is
also
crisp.
nice.
So at 5.4 lager pecan, you're starting to get into like the malt liquor area. Malt liquors usually lagers, but those are made with corn and fillers. Those are not a good example. I'm just talking about the strength, not the composition of the product. You wouldn't want to session this because at 5.4, it's a little much. You think it's nothing. Drink 3 of these,
But
and you'll find out it is something.
And it's a tall. I mean, it's a big
Tall
boy.
can.
So
16 ounces.
But to me, if this makes sense, this feels like an air-conditioned lager, not a outside lager.
I get what you're saying. Like you're not gonna be knocking this back by the beach.
I don't wanna drink this outside right now.
Like you just cut
At
grass
90
and you're
degrees.
like,
No,
let me have a refreshing
No.
pecan lager. Yeah.
Inside, yeah.
So I would kick back and drink one of these and feel happy, feel satiated.
I think it is a good summer beer. You come in
Maybe a good fall
summer good
beer.
fall beer with the pecans
with the
and
pecans. Yeah. If only we had some little pecan pies to.
Yep. I like the pecan coming in at the aftertaste. I think they did a good job with it. Is it extraordinary? No. You must not like it too much.
No, I like it. I'm just like, it's a lot of beer.
And well, considering what we drank, we probably have any of us probably hasn't even had a full glass. Considering
A lot going on my palate.
well,
Why people spit at wine tastings? Okay.
they had to sneeze. Exorcism.
I think it's really nice. I mean, I don't know what to say.
I like it.
I'm not here to just give everything high scores, but if I drink a bunch of high scoring beers, I'll get a high score.
Oh my gosh, I've been a hater today. I'm sorry, everyone.
No, you're saying things that are.
I gave the lowest score
apropos.
so far.
Yeah, you're saying things that
Well,
are.
obviously
appropriate.
you're a hater every day of your life.
I'm always a hater.
Hey, what I'm saying is, I just made the point. I said I'm not trying to give everything a high score, but if you give me a bunch of high scoring beers, then that's what will happen. I've told people this before. I said, let's look at it like this.
You'll score something.
If I do 1,000 beers upcoming and they're all in A, then that's what they'll get. I won't just say, well, let me throw in a few C's so it'll look better. No.
Right.
I mean, the chances that are happening are very low. You're going to get some C's, some B's. Unfortunately, you get a few D's. Those are few and far between, thankfully. But I just review beers according to the style. The style is Pecan Lager. Is it a good Pecan Lager? Yeah, it's delicious. So, I don't compare them to other things. I compare them to what they are.
Yeah.
The sweetness is coming out. Yeah, I'm going to say 3.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. It's not overly sweet. So.
And it doesn't seem like there's any like added,
Yeah,
flavor.
but you didn't like the corn chip aspect as you called it, and that's fair enough. Got to call it like I always.
No, I said that this doesn't have that.
Oh, I
to
thought
me.
you were saying it does.
No, I was saying I like
a lot of lagers have that.
I feel
for
like
her.
a lot of and just lighter beers in general sometimes like
I
have
missed
that kind of like corn
Okay,
chip
I missed that.
taste to me. But this doesn't have that, so this is like very pleasant. Because I tend to be drawn more towards like heavier beers. Like this is well chronicled
Okay,
on
yeah,
this channel.
I was confused about that earlier.
So for me, this is just like a really like like for me this is like a light option, and I think it's very nice.
Okay.
Well, I know my score.
No?
I know my score.
I think
Okay,
I know my
what is it?
score.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm on the count of 3.
Oh.
1, 2, 3,
95.
94.
I said 93, 94, 95.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not expect that.
That's a full house.
Wow.
For me, it could get that last
King,
5
Queen, Jack.
points
Oh, it's not a full house.
if the sweetness came down a tiny bit and the pecan got intensified a little bit. That's the balance I want.
I
'Cause the
would
more
like a
drink it-
little more pecan. It's like my tongue's becoming
Yeah.
desensitized
And
to the
I
salty.
don't know if it's that it needs more pecan or maybe if they brewed it with a little bit of salt actually. Like
Salted
just
pecan.
just a little bit because
Just
salt
to get
naturally makes
enhances,
whatever ingredient
yeah.
taste more like that ingredient. But that's what I want,
Well,
a little bit less sugar and a little bit more pecan flavor. And
Birmingham
I can
District
get
Brewing,
the
if
rest
you're
of the wine.
watching this, let us know in the comments what the ingredients are.
So it might say it on the website if you bother
That's
looking.
true.
Now, we didn't do any research.
We
right?
did not do any research.
So to be fair,
We went to the store, put this in an ice bath.
Yeah, so we got to be looking. We got to be.
Not trying to make enemies out of the
Right, I mean,
Birmingham
we got.
District Brewing
We didn't
Company.
do the. We didn't. To be fair, we didn't do the research. So, so we're saying it's most excellent, but it's not outstanding, like A+ or world class. But that's not that common either.
Like that
Yeah,
Irish
so.
one we had from the Irish stout we had from them, I would not get again. This, I would.
Yeah.
I would get again. I just got.
I mean,
all the
it's a pecan lager and it tastes like a pecan lager. It does what it needs to do.
There you go. Now, one day, if I get a hold of this and the Lazy Magnolia, and if Abita ever comes back with their pecan,
That would be a nice side by side.
just do a tournament,
Ooh.
a round robin tournament.
Yeah.
Like this one versus that one versus that, and then and then do elimination and see how it comes out. But
I wonder why
like,
Abita
never happened.
discontinued that. Like it's a Louisiana beer, you're gonna discontinue your pecan
I
beer.
don't understand it,
Weird
but
choice.
they do tend to bring stuff back from time to time. So anyway, so
Yeah.
They want to have the element of surprise, like Taco Bell. Like, we're getting rid of the Mexican pizza, y'all. Sorry. So that later they can be like, Bob, 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 it's back.
Yeah, but they got rid of the pecan beer so they could bring a juicy in it beer that tastes like juicy fruit. The chewing gum.
Ew.
First of all, that sounds disgusting.
It tasted just like juicy fruit.
That is not anything I would want to put in my mouth. Second of all, it's not like I don't know, it's like they don't have an unlimited whatever.
And the funny thing about that beer was, it did taste remarkably like juicy fruit, but they called it bubblegum beer, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Bubblegum's
juicy-
a whole different flavor.
I said, anyway, juicy fruit is a chewing gum. It's not bubblegum.
Well, it really tastes like juicy fruit. The juicy fruit?
Yeah, talking about the gum.
Yeah. So if you want juicy fruit, just get juicy fruit.
Right.
Justin always says that about flavored beers. Justin will be like, if I wanted a peanut butter cup, I would just get a peanut butter cup.
Not a peanut butter cup beer.
If I wanted a almond joy, just get.
I think they just do that just to see if they can mimic the flavor.
Trim Tab in Birmingham is notorious for that. They will make any candy into a beer. Peach rings,
Cosmic sour.
all kinds of stuff. Like
Now, as I'll say, they tend to do a good job though.
They do
too,
a good
at
job.
capturing what that flavor does.
and they will get the actual candy. They're sitting here and cooking down a huge vat of peach rings. So
Yeah, and now to look at the dark side of the beer world, there was last year a Four Loko in collaboration with Warheads candy. Cosmic sour.
the dark side.
I said that's a real
Is Four
nice
Loko
beer.
actually a beer? Technically,
Loko?
yeah.
Oh, it's a flavored malt beverage. It's a beer, and I said that's really nice. You made it look like a Warhead's candy. 14% alcohol, 13.9% alcohol.
You can finish drinking that. That's what you're gonna look like.
I felt like I didn't feel like a candy. I felt like I was.
You tried it?
Ill after a drink.
You tried it?
Yeah, and I had a lot of problems with that product because it said it was cosmic sour, from Warheads. It's supposed to be so super sour, super tart. I'm thinking like,
it's gonna make your mouth pucker.
Yeah, and then I tasted it, I was like, what's not really that tart?
It just tastes like candy, sugar.
It tastes like kind of like those Warheads candies and all, but I consider it a failure, But anyway, that's kind of...
Four Loko, more like Flop Loko.
For that one, but it is a very popular line of beers, but maybe not for the right reasons. But anyway, so...
Didn't the government pass a law where it's like, y'all can't be putting that much caffeine in, in there
that was
anymore?
12 years ago. They cut their ties to caffeine.
Oh, so there isn't
that was
actually...
back when we were in high school.
Because I remember people would drink them. So that Four Loko doesn't actually have caffeine in it anymore. It's just a nasty beer.
It's just a high alcohol.
Okay.
Well, it depends how you term nasty. But yeah, it's...
Just let me see some Four Loko... Let me see some Four Loko apologists coming into the comments.
But type in the comments, is Four Loko nasty?
More of a lower shelf product, yeah. So anyway,
That's literally for teenagers being like, I want to get wasted.
Yeah, but the company would say, obviously you're not marketing toward any underage drinkers. But anyway, so we're going to end this
I
review.
used to know someone who was in law school, and him and his law school cohort would play a game with Monopoly and Four Loko, where the Four Loko colors corresponded with the Monopoly color squares, and they would just...
Sound like a pretty bad game to play. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Bon Temps Relay, we're going to end this review by saying y'all go to Birmingham and take a brewery tour.